dig out of a hole. 1st and 10 at the Dallas 45. Young will throw it again, going for more. Incomplete, intended for John Taylor.
Boy, are they working on Charles Haley over there. Steve Wallace is really fired up. You're going to see Steve Wallace here. Here's Charles Haley. Charles Haley has been quiet today. Wallace is going to get some help. You see, they come and they try and cut him. Then Jesse Sapolo comes out on him. Someone may rush Steve Young today, but the 49ers are saying it's not going to be number 94.
The ex-49er, Charles Haley, looking for his 5th Super Bowl ring. Steve Wallace's wife gave birth last night. Congratulations to him and to her. This is Ricky Waters. Into the muddy spot and past the markers.
And did Ricky Waters get into that hole quickly? Charles Haley, watch Haley. He's going to come, boom, he's going to come flying down here. And if Ricky Waters doesn't get to that hole quickly and get through it, look at that. I mean, he beat Haley by a step in there. That's why a running back, you have to get into, through, and through the hole quickly, or that guy from the outside who's flattening down is going to catch you.
And they doubled Leon Lett right out of the hole.
Yeah, and in this mud, if you don't have real long cleats on, boy, that can be like you're on ice.
And they're right in a muddy spot right here. This is Waters. Stopped by Robert Jones. Maybe a yard.
This is the thing, you know, all the players are wearing longer cleats in this game. The longest cleat that they have is 3/4 inch.
Right.
Remember, they used to have 1-inch cleats. Cowboys were trying to get some 1-inch cleats yesterday. In fact, their owner, Jerry Jones, was calling all over, and they couldn't find any.
This is a really muddy spot where they are right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're revolving or rotating 7 footballs in an effort to keep the ball in shape.
And our reporter down in the field, Matt Millen, told us that there's 7 balls being rotated, and it's keeping them dry.
Young fakes, gets around Haley. Young cut down by Brown.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, that's where they hurt him before, but see, now, Haley is up here, and he's going to come. Young is going to bootleg around him, but they're giving someone else the responsibility to come up outside. You see Haley coming here, right there. See, he's the outside guy. In fact, it was Leon Lett was the outside guy. And then they get outside of him, but either a defensive back or linebacker is going to get up there.
The linebacker who came up fell down.
That'll happen.
Yep, in this part of the field or anywhere on the field. Either down and 3.
I think you want to get, in fact, Steve Young's taking a timeout now. I think you want to get the ball out of there quickly by throwing it to the wide receivers.
49ers and Dallas both have 2 timeouts remaining.
Nicole.
Papa?
Maman.
The new generation Renault Clio. It's perfect for visiting dignitaries.
From just £9 a month, Bupa has a scheme to suit just about everybody. Ring free now 0800 600 500.
They say they can't operate on the kit. All the electric stopped.
Well, make it if they don't get them out in the next 15 minutes.
Trucks out of action. No spares for 15 miles. The checkpoints could take 4 hours.
What are we going to do, sir? Sir?
From just £6,969, may we also recommend the Clio Le Routier.
27. Young on the quarterback draw, fires.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Whoa.
That was an option quarterback draw. Try and change your mind and throw a pass. Whoop. I don't know where that one came from.
He might have been over the line of scrimmage. In fact, look at the Cowboy coaching staff on the other side of the field.
I think he was going to run the draw here. Then he got up there and he saw that they read the draw, and so he just threw it out there to Brent Jones. There's a line of scrimmage there. Let's see if he's up. I think he's about right at the line of scrimmage when he threw that one.
When he let it go.
Yeah, but that was just changing your mind. That was going to that was going to be a draw play all the way.
4th and 3. And again, no running backs for Young. This time he gets it to Brent Jones, and they get a first down.
Yeah, Brent Jones was open on the draw, so he threw to him.
Again, that Imlach trivia question. The NFC Championship game. The answer is today's NFC Championship game features 20 1994 Pro Bowl selections. That's the most ever.
And that's what makes this, game so big, is that you not only have the 2 best teams in football, but you got most of the best players in football, or a big part of the best players in football.
2 of them involved in that last completion. Young to Jones. Hand off to Ricky Waters.
Yeah, you're going to look at this first half, though, and you know about those 3 turnovers, and that turned into 21 points. But I still say if there's any turning point or anything that was bad in that first half, it was that last time the Cowboys had that ball. When they get 3rd and 10 and run a draw Emmitt Smith and then go miss a field goal, I go, wow, that's bad football.
At the 12-yard line.
Yeah. That is not championship football. Now, that's where they put the old balls, and here's the new football. So these are the ones they haven't used yet that are ready. And this guy holds them. And he has the towels. And they're doing a good job of keeping the football dry.
Here's Young throwing high in the direction of Jerry Rice. Now that guy does what? Yeah.
And see what they do is they throw a no one in, and then they give that guy a new one. And then as long as those towels are dry, he can wipe them off. But sometimes, if it's really raining, those towels get wet, and then the guys get stuck on dumb, and then they just keep drying the ball off the wet towel.
3rd and 8. San Francisco leading Dallas 21-7. Waters behind Young. Steve Young fires up the middle. Almost a touchdown to Jerry Rice. He had it and lost it. Young was a little high, but Rice normally.
But this is what you have to do. I mean, it gets 3rd down, then you throw it to your best receiver in the end zone. Here's Jerry Rice. He's running a slant. Again, that's double coverage. He runs right by Brock Marion, number 31, who was supposed to help, and it ends up the closest guy is Kevin Smith. But I think that's the way you're supposed to play football. I mean, you go down there, boom, you get it, you try and get it to your best receiver. If it doesn't work, then you tried your best.
You give him a chance. This is Doug Bryan from 34 yards out, trying for a field goal, and he hits it. And the 49ers move ahead 24-7 with 5:54 left in the second quarter.
Well, the Americans are taking a break now, but we're not. Instead, we're going to give you a listen to some of the best sound bites of the season. We kick off in this break with Barry Switzer, a man who's always got a lot to say for himself.
You haven't had any second thoughts or lost, obviously, any of the enthusiasm for this job that you had in March?
Not at all. Not at all. I love it. I love doing what I'm doing, the interaction with coaches and the players, even though we got dissension, as you say. I love it anyway. I love going meeting those guys, and I think I'll go fire a couple. I wish Larry Lace would work for me where I could fire him, but he works for Jerry Jones, see? Maybe I need to do something like that. I'll think about firing someone tonight over there.
Well,
they know who the boss is, and I am the boss. Don't you ever question that. And Jerry Jones knows that, too. You know why? Because if I wasn't, I say, Jerry, this is your team. I'm your coach. But if I don't like it, and there comes down to a decision between me and a coach or a player, not the guys at Aikman and Emmett, we're talking about a different level. Hey, it's me or them. handle that. Because I can go back and sit on my couch any day because I came to Dallas with more money than Jimmy left with.
This is starting to hurt a little bit, but it hasn't changed what I believe. I gave you the forum. I still think you've got dissension among your staff.
Oh, you
I
know
really
what
do.
you're talking about. You guys,
well, maybe I
fabricate,
don't. We make it all up.
You do, you do.
Well, I don't know whether he's as good a coach as Jimmy Johnson, but he comes up with better sound bites, certainly. And Barry Switzer trying to take the Cowboys back to their third straight Super Bowl. Let's go back to the game.
Candlestick Park, and outside in the parking lot, festivities. That's a different kind of cookout.
Well, yeah, because they have, you know, it's right here. Fisherman's Wharf is right down the street, so they just bring the old lobsters there. All right, you throw them in a bucket and you cook them, and then you bring them out, and then you grill them. Boy, you can't beat that. Look at that big old meat and lobster. Whoa, what a meal those guys are having.
They look good.
That's a good group. I wonder where they are.
Kevin Williams and Brock Marion back deep for Dallas. Doug Bryan for the 5th time will kick off. And a low bouncing kick. Kevin Williams. Outside to about the 36. Last year in Lillehammer, the world watched as they competed for gold. Tuesday, Nancy Kerrigan.
Well, they're going to a promo. We're not. Kevin Williams managing to hold on to the ball there. Didn't give up that one. And at 24-7, the Cowboys are still well in it. And they've got the ball now, trying to get further back into this game. Let's rejoin the commentators now.
NFC Championship game. Dallas 1st and 10 at their own 37. Novacek is the man in motion, and Aikman goes back to throw. Gets it outside to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt gets across the 40-yard line. Stopped by Gary Plummer.
Well, we were talking to Troy Aikman last night. We asked him about last year's championship game and the day before and how he felt the day before. He said he doesn't even remember the day before. Remember last year's championship? Yeah. He got knocked out, didn't remember the championship game, played the next week in the Super Bowl, didn't remember the Super Bowl game. And he said that he couldn't remember what happened the day before the championship game.
2nd down. Aikman a throw. Pass caught by Jade Novacek as they move across midfield. Here's what a result of a hit to the head that caused Aikman that condition you were talking about. Watch Dennis Brown's knee.
Yeah, number 96 right there. The right knee and the helmet. He went out of that game. Bernie Kosar finished the game.
Yeah.
He played the next week in the Super Bowl and said he didn't remember that. But he didn't even remember what happened before that happened to him.
That's
one of those scary things. Yeah. They really are.
He gets to Emmitt Smith. Smith across the 49-40, stopped by Rhett Hall at about the San Francisco 39. Lee Woodall.
Yeah, you have the feeling that the Cowboy offensive line is getting control of this 49er defense now, and that Emmitt Smith is getting a little more confidence in that torn hamstring.
Clock running down to 4 minutes now. 24-7, 2nd and 5. Aikman fake to Smith, rolls right, throws back to Novacek, a tight end screen, and Novacek stays on his feet, still on his feet. Novacek fights down to the 19-yard line. Plummer and Norton down in the area.
You know, watch this. He starts off like he's going to block. You see, he comes down, then he kind of hides, then he's going to sneak across. The action, the bootleg went to that side. He sneaked across. The lineman sneaked out with him. How 360-pound guys sneak anywhere, I have no idea. But they did, and then he just kept running. Rhett Hall missed him. Deion Sanders missed him, and it turned into a pretty big play.
1st and 10 Dallas at the San Francisco 20. Aikman back to throw it. Batted down at the line of scrimmage, I believe. by Bryant Young.
You talk about a guy who has made a pretty big impact on things. It's been this guy right here, Bryant Young, is a rookie. Starts on a stunt, you push, and then when you see the guy throw, you just get your hand up. He's working against Derek Kennard. He sees the ball going back, sees Aikman ready to throw it, and just gets that right hand up in that throwing lane and takes it away.
2nd and 10. They fake a reverse. They run a reverse. Kevin Williams almost broke away from a tackle by Tim Harris. If he had, he could have gotten in the end zone.
You're right. That was a big play by Tim Harris. I mean, that guy, the contained guy, has to. Here's Tim Harris here. The action starts this way, and then the reverse is going to come back. He has to play it. When they start away, you have to check and look for reverse. Watch Tim Harris here. He sees him go away, and then he just waits and waits and waits. And right there, he makes that play that could have saved a touchdown.
3rd down. And about 6. Here comes a blitz from San Francisco, but Aikman fires, caught by Irvin in front of Sanders, out of bounds at the 5.
That's one of the great matchups in football. Two of the great players in football. Michael Irvin, one of the best receivers. Deion Sanders, the best cover corner, playing man-to-man tight coverage. It doesn't get any better than this. Michael used his hands, getting a little push. Troy Aikman, the minute that Michael Irvin made that cut, the ball was right there. A lot of it was Michael Irvin, a lot of it was the pass protection, and a big part of it was Troy Aikman.
2-minute warning. 1st and goal, Dallas at the 49er 4.5-yard line.
All right, things hotting up. We've heard from Barry Switzer, and while the Americans are in a break, we're going to hear from the 49ers resident big mouth now, Deion Sanders.
I gave my all to these guys, and then some. And them to say that I wasn't a team player, I mean, what else do I have to do? Come and pick you up and take you to the damn game?
Hopefully I get booed. I mean, because I'm a visitor, and booing is a respect to myself. I feel like pretty good players or good players get booed on the road. That's always the way I felt. So I'm on the road now. It'll be some mixed emotions, but I'm sure I get booed. I mean, it's just like, shoot, if your woman left you, you know, and she came back, what, 3 weeks later with a whole bunch of new men, you know, I don't think you're going to welcome her with open arms.
I got one thing to say. This is my house. I built this, and this is my house. I don't care if I'm with the Falcons or not. This is my house, and this will always be my house.
I make little comments in practice like, oh, you know, I wish I could get the ball and stuff like that. I wish I knew it was coming to me. I mean, because he'd make a wisecrack as, you know, I dropped the ball last week. He's saying he was just going to put me a receiver. I told him, don't tease me. Please me before you tease me.
Well, I'm sure Deion Sanders has been making himself known to Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin has been talking back to Deion today. Two old rivals from their college days when they both played down in Florida. Dallas, though, now are knocking on the door, and it probably won't be Michael Irvin. It'll be Emmitt Smith. They've got 1st and goal at the San Francisco 49ers 4-yard line.
And the winds and the rain and what have you.
It's all hill, too.
Yep.
You know, Blimp is kind of like a big old offensive lineman, you know, kind of like a Kennard or Nate Newton.
Number 60, 61.
They don't go anywhere fast. And they can't sneak anywhere either.
But they can be effective.
Very, very effective.
Cowboys going a quick count. Emmitt Smith is going to get in the end zone. The 49er defense was unsettled. They were still shifting around when Emmitt took it in.
Like you said, that was a good play there in that situation. Makes you think back to the last time they were running down there and they ran that draw. But watch how they catch them switching. Watch the 49er defense. You see They're moving back and forth, adjusting, and then they go on that quick count. The 49ers weren't ready for any kind of play, and the Cowboys did some good running and some good blocking.
What a good lead by Daryl Johnston to take out Deion Sanders. He just rode him backwards.
Just put him right on his back. The first thing that hit the ground, I think, was the back of the 2 and the back of a 1.
Bonio for the extra point is good, and it's 24-14. San Francisco by 10 as they hook up Emmett again.
Well, and you know, it seems to be working. He told us last night that he was going to play a smarter game, and he was going to stay more in control and try and get through the whole game. And I thought after we finished talking to him, I thought, yeah, I had to feel he's going to play this whole game. And then how about the plays that Michael Irvin made, that one up for the touchdown? That kind of got him all started. And then that out that he ran man-to-man on Deion Sanders. And that heck block, of a catch on that sideline.
And then that block, that lead block on the touchdown by Daryl Johnston. That too on Deion Sanders.
And so they're going after. I mean, just watch Daryl Johnston here. There's Nate Newton, and here comes Daryl Johnston right there. He just, right there it is, right there. He just takes him right back out of the picture, knocks him right off the picture. He was in the picture, and boom, he hit him, and then he knocked him right off the picture.
Bonio looking for a dry spot to kick off. Dexter Carter back deep for San Francisco. 49ers unsettled on that touchdown by Smith. Now he's got the T sideways.
That's what that quick count was good for. I mean, they were moving and shifting, and then they also had a quick count going against them and some pretty good blocking.
Of course, the danger of a soccer-style kicker in a situation like this is you have to plant that left foot, and he can slip down in that mud. He gets it off. Good kick. Dexter Carter retreats all the way to the 1. And he's got an alley. Carter tripped up at the 35. Don't forget, coming up next week, the event of the year, the All-Madden team, the Little Caesars All-Madden team, the 11th annual. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, well, you know, we even have special food. You know, when we're going to feed our guys, we take them to this place right here, and we got our own cooks. You wonder who's cooking that stuff?
Boy, it looks good.
Yeah, well, you know, it's called the stuff.
Oh, it is hot. I better not bite that just yet. But, yo, this is it. A Capel Deli.
Young fires up midfield to Brent Jones, and he gets the 49er first down to the 49. Stopped by Robert Jones.
Yeah, that was Nate. He was in the kitchen there making those stubs, and that's what, remember, Troy Aikman brought us one of those things.
They are good. Young back quickly, has time, throws out of bounds in the direction of Jerry Rice, incomplete. Covered by Kevin Smith.
Yeah, one of the things about both these teams is that they're not that running game, you know, defense, ball control. When the Cowboys and the 49ers play, it's going to be a shootout. And that's why, again, that play, when you know, without beating it to death, when they ran that third down draw and then missed a kick, that kind of surprised me because that's unlike the Cowboys and unlike the 49ers. But this, what we're seeing right here, is like the 49ers and Cowboys. Open it up.
2nd and 10. The 49ers not trying to run out any clock. Young goes back to throw. Wide open is Ricky Waters, and he just dropped it. Nobody even close. Ricky Waters just left it on the ground.
I'll tell you one thing, the pass rushers in this game have been having a difficult time.
Yeah.
So you can say it's the field for the pass rushers, or you could say that it's the offensive lines are having a good game. But watch the offensive line here, just picking up the stunts. Haley starts to the outside. Steve Wallace is staying with him. Jesse just puts his guy to the outside, gives Steve Young a good lane.
3rd and 10, 3 wide receivers. Nate Singleton in the game for San Francisco. Again, Young has time and wheels it out of bounds. Incomplete. High over the head of Brent Jones, but again, his protection was reasonably good.
Yeah, and he needed some help that time because Charles Haley's going to be here. He's going to take an inside move here. In fact, when Wallace comes, Haley runs right over him. But what they do is they're going to bring their center to the side of Charles Haley. You see Bart Oates comes to that side. You see that? So you get two on Haley. Haley runs over one, and then you get your center to take the outside guy. So you end up 3 on 2.
Dallas has nobody deep. They're going to come after this one. Wilmsmeyer back to punt. Standing sideways. Got it out of there in a hurry. Nobody deep for the Cowboys. The ball's going to drop dead right there. 49ers down it at the Dallas 16.
That's one thing. When football hits mud, it'll become dead.
(24-14). 49ers over the Cowboys. There's the halftime show
right
set.
Up there. It's nice to see him here. It's nice to see the guys. Look, they're getting ready. There's JB. There's Terry.
I saw a couple of them live already.
Yeah, there's Howie. There's Jimmy. Look at them. They're getting their faces on. Rubbing their hands. Sometimes you rub your hands like that and you freshen up and it goes right to your brain to help you talk.
1 minute and 2 seconds left as Aikman goes back to throw it. He was hit just as he let it go. It's almost picked off by the 49ers' Toy Cook. He had a clear track down the sideline if he did.
That looked like it was the last shot out of the Roman candle. I mean, that ball just came flopping up in the air, and it was a jump ball for anyone. But you see what happens, just as he was throwing that ball, it looked like his arm got deflected, and then he went sideways, like a pitcher throws a curveball.
Yeah.
And it came out of there like a curveball that got away from a wild left-hander.
I went behind the batter. Here's Aikman again. This time, the rush again comes, and again he throws it away. Aikman is hit down, gets slowly to his feet. Bryant Young on him again.
Well, we were just talking about how it was, and then Bryant Young. Here's Bryant Young right here, number 97. See, he starts a little stunned. He starts to the inside, then he works to the outside, but it was pretty good coverage. Aikman had to hold that ball a little longer than he wanted to. And then he was just trying to throw it away. I mean, that was about his 4th read. He had a 1, 2, 3 read, and 4 was thrown out of bounds.
3 wide receivers for the Cowboys. Harper is left, covered by Sanders. A pump fake. Aikman goes over the head of Michael Irvin, and they'll have to punt it. 42 seconds left in the first half.
I was going to say that surprises me a little there that they didn't run that one because the 49ers are now going to get the ball back.
And get it back in pretty good shape.
And Steve Young is going to go for it again. Like I said, Ernie Zampese, he's opening that thing up now, the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys. And, Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator of the 49ers, is going to.
John Jett back to punt it. Dexter Carter deep for San Francisco. Weak kick by Jett. Bounce it back. And the Cowboys hit it. Rock it loose. The Cowboys touched it first. And so the 49ers will take over at about the Dallas 39-yard line with time left, 30 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Well, the 49ers in good position to put some points on the board at the end of the half. But, Roger, you were talking about, to me earlier, about the way that the Cowboys haven't been afraid to attack Dion, and Irvin's had some success with it.
Yeah, the quarterback is throwing the ball towards Dion's area, but Michael Irvin's doing a great job of using his hands and his body to get away from Dion to kind of confuse him a little bit, and they have some success with it.
Okay, but it's the 49ers in possession as we go back to the game, and they're at the Dallas 39-yard line. Let's go back to the action now.
Upsetting the Steelers. Here's Young. Gives on a trap to Floyd. Jeffcoat wrestles him to the ground. 49ers have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah,
they just took one of them.
Right, and all they need is a pass completion or 2, and they're in in position for a pretty good field goal. In fact, right here would be about a 52-yarder if they had to kick it here, and that'd be tough because it's on a tough field. But that's what they're talking about now, is all they need is a first down to get another field goal here.
The day itself has turned out to be exceptionally good after a week and weeks of rain, but the field at Candlestick is showing the effects of all that moisture that they've had in this area. John, you've been here most of the time.
Yeah, and it's been raining all the time, and I say this, that these guys have really done an excellent job with this field, because you know, with all that rain, they played here last week, that it had to be bad. This has to be a bad field, but I think within the context of this has to be a bad field, I think it's pretty darn good.
Of course, they had the playoff game against the Bears last week, and it was wet then, so they cut it up pretty good. 2nd and 6, Young back to throw. William Floyd, who goes about 240, got that first down.
Steve Young had to use that timeout. He couldn't get his team up there. He was trying to save that last timeout.
They have no more.
Yep, he had to use it. He was trying to get it and save it, but he couldn't get the team up there. So now what he has to do, now he has to throw the ball in the end zone or to the sidelines, because I don't think you'll have the time to take a chance, you know, of a ball being caught and get up there and get your field goal team out there.
13 seconds left. Bryan getting ready. His long has been 48 yards. This would be shorter than that.
The Cowboys have given the 49ers every opportunity in this first half, from some of the plays they called to the 3 turnovers, and to only be down 24-14. I think that they can take some confidence into the locker room on that.
Well, they've been able to move the ball when they had the patience to do that and didn't turn it over. 2 tight ends. Young goes back to throw, going deep. For Jerry Rice, covered by Brown. Touchdown. Touchdown. Young to Rice.
If the Cowboys didn't run it out when they had it, they didn't put anyone back on the punt. You thought they were going to run it out. They didn't. They gave the 49ers an opportunity. They had a bad punt, and when you give the 49ers an opportunity, they're going to go after you. Here's Larry Brown. The 49ers said he's the guy that we're going to work on deep, and if you're going to work on him deep, work on him with Jerry Rice. A little out and a little up and a perfect pass. Boom, can they go for you?
He just went right by him.
Yep. And Jerry Rice on Larry Brown is no matchup. The Cowboys don't have a chance on that one.
Bryan for the extra point, which is good, and it's 31-14.
And the 49ers have been living with that thing, and Steve Young has had that yeah but on his back for a long time. There where they say, well, Steve Young, you know, he hasn't been to a Super Bowl yet. He can't win the big one. And you can just see when you do something like that, that all those things that start to just fall off your back.
Yep.
And having a guy like Jerry Rice helps too.
They used 5 seconds. They snapped the ball with 13. Now they're 8. 45 points scored in the first half.
Yeah, we were talking about that just before it happened. That the 49ers don't have that play in their playbook, that kneel down play at the halftime.
I don't know what that means.
Nope, and they're going to go for it. And then maybe because they had to use that last time out, they had to throw the ball to the end zone, so that made them throw the ball to Jerry Rice. Someone says, smile, George, smile.
Well, they had to throw it in the end zone.
Yeah, he had to throw it in the end zone, which became a negative thing for the Cowboys because they threw it to Jerry Rice on Larry Brown. And now the 49ers at this point can just take over this game, and the Cowboys have to go in thinking, holy moly, what just hit us there at the end?
And they should have really never had an opportunity to do that.
Now, once, you know, on that punt return, when they didn't put anything back, I thought that was their decision. Let's just go in at halftime the way we are.
And San Francisco will get the second half kickoff.
That's what Michael Irvin, I think I mean, that whole Cowboy sideline is upset with that.
Ball blew off the tee as Brian approached it. And the whistles blow, and they'll do it again. There goes William Floyd, headed for the locker room for San Francisco a little early.
Yeah, you know, we talked about rookies that have helped this 49er team. We know about the veterans. We talked about Bryant Young. And on the offensive side, this guy right here, William Floyd, has really been a big addition to this 49er team.
They bounce a kick down to Kevin Williams. And he gets out to about the 46-yard line. And the clock shows 3 seconds remaining. And a little bit of a shoving match starts to break out again. Matt Vanderbeek in the middle of things. Here's William Floyd headed for the locker room.
How about Michael Irvin, how upset he was. And I think that's saying, you know, he probably felt that, you know, that the 49ers had the momentum, and then the Cowboys, I thought, got the momentum back, and then the 49ers got it back from them again.
Michael Irvin back into the huddle with 3 seconds to go. Now you got to take a shot at the end zone. Certainly. Or do you just run it out?
No, I think you just throw one of those things up, you know, because the half can't end on a penalty, so you hope for a completion or a defensive penalty.
Aikman's going to try it. He just goes deep to Harper and lets him jump. Incomplete. Maybe intercepted. It was intercepted by the 49ers, but that's academic. Aikman took a pretty good shot.
Yeah, he did take a good shot. Watch Troy Aikman. He steps up, and just as he throws that, Tim Harris hit him, and I think he took more of a shot when he hit the ground and wobbled a little.
That's the end of the first half with the score San Francisco 31, Dallas 14. Stay tuned for the Dockers halftime as this Fox NFL special will continue after this message and a word from your local Fox station.
Well, the half finishes the way it started with an interception by Eric Davis, and what a wild half it was. Roger, we expected offense, but 45 points, that's on course to be a playoff record.
That's incredible. You know, for both teams to score that many points in the first half, everyone thought it was going to be a low-scoring half because of the weather condition, but it's not stopping either team. They both marching them down the field, and the momentum shifts both sides, you know, from one side to another, and I think the 49ers got the momentum right now.
Absolutely, with that Jerry Rice touchdown just before halftime. All right, they lead it. We're going to be back after the break with the second half and also a recap of the AFC Championship game. That's after this.
When a crisp as irresistible as Walker's introduces a new cheese and onion flavor, there's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Welcome home.
This Saturday, the jackpot is an estimated £7 million.
It's you. Yes.
Light up our world.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It could be you.
Turkey is a paradise of landscapes unparalleled in beauty,
To come here is to experience many worlds, rich history, unspoiled coastlines, culture-filled cities, and modern facilities of the highest standards. Turkey is paradise preserved. Beneath the canopy of 1,000,000 trees, in 400 acres of woodland and water, you'll steal upon the unexpected. Relaxation, exhilaration. This is the magic of Center Parks. Ring for the brochure. Center Parks. The British holiday the weather can't spoil. Laguna by Renault. It's all worked out beautifully.
Welcome back to Candlestick Park, where the San Francisco 49ers lead the Dallas Cowboys 31 points to 14 at halftime. We've got the second half coming up for you live in just a little bit. But first, for anybody who missed the AFC Championship game, which took place earlier, we're going to recap that for you now. So let's go over to Three Rivers Stadium. It was an overcast day in Pittsburgh. We will get to the VT eventually. And we're going to join the game on the Steelers' first possession of the game. Here it is.
Third and 20. To the sidelines. And a good gain, not enough for the first down to Andre Hastings. Wide open, Andre Hastings. First down at the 20. Third down and about 5. Blitz. John L. Williams, touchdown. Fake to the enemy. Humphreys going long for Jefferson. Oh, he has an interference against Pittsburgh. Whoa, he just did sidewind that one through. This is 39 yards. And he's right there. 10-3 Pittsburgh. Third and 7. They pick up the blitz. And Ron Woodson makes the interception. Anderson hits from 23. Fake to me. Wide open. Papuno. No one picked him up. The H-back Papuno is in the end zone. Touchdown. Third and 14 for San Diego. Trying to get in field goal range for a tie. Humphreys goes long. Has a man. Martin. Touchdown. Oh, my. Ball at the 9-yard line. Pittsburgh threatens to take the lead in the final 2 minutes. Foster. And it didn't fool Leslie O'Neal. Williams in motion. and almost intercepted. 3rd and goal. Darnell. This is it. Incomplete.
I struggled early, and just our team hung in there, and gave me an opportunity to make some big plays towards the end of the game. And our defense played great the second half and held them down. We were able to make 2 big plays.
2 big plays and a big upset win for the Chargers. First time ever in the Super Bowl. They'll be watching this game now. Do you think they even care who they play?
Gary, they don't even care who they're going to play. They just happen to be there. I mean, they had a rough season. Early part of the season, they got off to a great start. In the middle of the season, they had some injuries. They kind of falter a little bit. They start going downhill. But right now, they're back going in the right direction. They got momentum right now. And, hey, you know, they're ready to play ball.
All right, well, the Chargers may not care who they're going to play in the Super Bowl, but we're going to tell you anyway. After the break, the second half of the NFC Championship game live.
At Volkswagen, when we launch a new car, we like to drop it. But because this new Polo is so solid, we thought we'd really drop it.
As you can see, it's spacious, aerodynamic. There's a 5-door model for those family outings. Power steering. But above all, this is the safest Polo we've ever built. With optional twin airbags. Fortunately.
ABS brakes. The new Volkswagen Polo.
Did I have a throw of icon?
Put it past him. Did you see Charles at the weekend? Flip.
Yes. Played 18 holes at Wood Park. Swab, please.
Ah, this looks more complicated than we thought.
Yes. I think we're going to be seeing rather a lot of this chap.
I hope he's got an understanding boss. Did you win?
Yes. It's close until the 30th.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance. Let's face the music and dance.
How's he doing?
He's comfortable.
You needn't worry if your life changes. Allied Dunbar financial plans adapt to help you cope with the unexpected. Allied Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
Come on, just a little longer. I'd like to cross the finish line for once without the help of an ambulance.
Energizer. Longer lasting batteries.
Beneath the canopy of 1,000,000 trees, this is the magic of Center Parcs. The British holiday the weather can't spoil.
Is that your Sarah? Yeah? There's Uncle. Does she take after you?
Darling, I have to go. Come
I
on.
know.
Hello, James. Oh, hello. Oh, darling, you haven't sent the package.
Yeah, the wedding present.
Water for Crystal Goblet.
Yes, post office. Quaint idea.
This is water for Crystal.
Yeah, post office.
The place where you get the stamps and
Ask
things.
them. See the chap or chappers behind desk?
Yeah.
And ask. Give you many, many pieces of advice. China, jewellery, they'll do it. Post office.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Ankles. Fathers. Shame.
Is this your bathroom in the morning? Now you can add another. In a loft conversion, an ensuite shower room, or a downstairs cloakroom with Saniflow pumping systems. Call Free Phone Saniflow.
For your Kuoni holiday to Hong Kong, pick up our worldwide brochure from your local travel agent or call this number.
Welcome back to Candlestick Park. The San Francisco 49ers lead the Dallas Cowboys 31 points to 14. And Roger, the play at the end of the half that gave them that 23-point lead showed just what a confident team this is. Yeah,
they show a lot of confidence. They went for fourth down like 2 or 3 times in the game, so that shows right there that they really don't respect them. I mean, they're like, hey, you know, we can score a touchdown. I mean, we could have went in and kicked the field goal, but no, we want to score a touchdown. There's only like 13 seconds left in there.
And great concentration there by Jerry Rice, seeing the ball all the way to his hands.
It was a great throw by Steve Young also. He put the ball right where it needed to be.
Serves Larry Brown right for talking trash to Jerry Rice earlier in the game.
You have to learn, you cannot talk trash to Jerry Rice to come back to hunt you later on.
What are you expecting in the second half? The Cowboys are down, but they're far from out of it.
I think what the 49ers need to do is run the ball a little more, eat up the clock, and just play like they normally played in the first half. You know, mix it up a little bit. I think they need to score one more touchdown to be safe.
Okay, well, we know you give advice for the 49ers, but what would Dallas need to do? If you were impartial, what would you say Dallas needed to do?
What they need to do is to put two drives back-to-back together and score some points. They need to score at least 10 points in the first 2 drives, and then they'll get back in the ball game.
Because towards the end of the half, it seemed like the 49ers were starting to get a lot of pressure on Troy Aikman. He was getting hit even when he wasn't getting sacked.
Yeah, you know, the 49ers put a lot of pressure offensively and defensively. You know, Troy Aikman was getting a lot of hits, you know, from the guys up front, making them rush the passes, you know, and deflecting the ball. And then defensively, offensively, you know, the offense just wasn't sputtering. I think we need to get back to the game.
All right. Here we go. Back to the action now with John Madden and Pat Summerall. Second half of the NFC Championship game.
Made the recovery.
And you say the short kick, he never did get it under control. And it just bounced right off his chest. And then Adam Walker, and then when he went to pick it up, he got hit just as he went to pick it up, and the ball bounced out of there. And I'm sure that Joe Avizano, the special teams coach of the Cowboys, I'm sure that's what they talked about, that we need a big play. You know, we got to change this thing. We had the momentum, then they took it away from us again. We got to go get it back.
They get a break. Dallas first down. Emmitt Smith just gets a couple. Dana Stubblefield and Bryant Young converge. Those two are really the foundation now and the foundation in the future of the San Francisco defense.
It's interesting. They paid a lot of money. They brought in a Ken Norton. They brought in a Ricky Jackson. They brought in Richard Dent, who, by the way, isn't even active today. They brought in Deion Sanders, and all those guys. Deion Sanders has been real big. But maybe the most dominant player for him has been the rookie Bryant Young as a defensive tackle.
Alvin Harper split out to the left, and Aikman back to throw it. Gets it to Irvin. And Irvin leans back for enough for a first down for Dallas. Aikman was hit again after he let it go.
Yeah, but he had pretty good time, though. I mean, I think that now his offensive line has given him pretty good protection. I mean, that right side's having a little problem. You see, he had time. He looked right. He came back left, and he really didn't get hit until that ball was out of there. In fact, that was Bryant Young that hit him, and that was pretty close to a late hit.
First and 10 at the 15. Michael Irvin out and holding his wrist.
That was the same wrist that he hurt last week.
Emmitt Smith hit right at the goal, right at the line of scrimmage after maybe he got a yard and knocked backwards. And again, let's send you down to Matt Millen.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. I talked to Ernie Zampini, the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys, as he was coming out at halftime. I said, any adjustments you have to make? He says, yeah, two. We can't turn the ball over, and we have to get some of our own. And so far, the plan's working. Pat?
Thanks, Matt. They got one. As Adam Walker fumbled that second half kickoff. Dallas has its 2nd and 10 at the 15. They've got to throw it. Aikman wheels it out to Harper. To Irvin, I beg your pardon, knocked down by Deion Sanders.
And Deion Sanders won that battle. That was the same one earlier. Remember in the first half, we got this thing going here, and it's going to come out here and be an out. Tight man-to-man coverage. Michael Irvin in the first half caught that one. You see him get his right hand up there and push it off. Deion played that perfectly. Rode with him and then just stuck that left hand in there and got it. He even played the push-off.
That's good coverage.
And Michael Irvin pushed him off. He played it and reacted back from it.
3 wide receivers. The 49ers showing blitz. Aikman rushed, gets it off to the 10, and a flag on the play.
And I think that one is going to be roughing the passer there. I think they came close earlier with Bryant Young. I think they're going to call that one.
Ken Norton in a shouting match with Emmitt Smith. They came close, you're right.
Yeah, they came close earlier, hitting Troy Aikman, I think, after he threw the ball. And I think that they may have called this last one.
Ricky Jackson doesn't like whatever the call is, so...
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 57. A blow to the head. A blow to the head. First down.
You're going to see, here's Ricky Jackson up here, number 57, working on Larry Allen. Now, Troy Aikman throws the ball, but it wasn't the late hit that they call. It's a blow to the head. Watch number 57, Ricky Jackson, take a swing with the right hand right there. You see him, and he just hit Troy Aikman right in the head.
First and goal, Dallas at the 5. Ricky Jackson playing this game, as John Madden said, for an awful lot of money.
$838,000.
Emmitt Smith gets to the 1.
Emmitt Smith's letting it all hang out. I mean, you know, he was talking about control running, and control running doesn't include jumping and then landing on your feet and have to push off again. I think Emmitt Smith says, you know, throw that hamstring out. Let's not worry about that. Let's just go get it. Because on that run, he did.
Well, a great runner like Smith does so much by instinct. When you have to stop and think about what you're doing, you're not the same runner.
Yeah, and he's a tough guy. I mean, you never question that.
Stone has replaced Allen in the offensive line. Emmitt Smith, touchdown, Dallas.
Well, it just shows you it's amazing what turnovers do. We saw the 49ers get the turnovers, boom, 3 touchdowns, 21 points. The second half, the Cowboys come out, they get that turnoff, boom, 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 right down there, and Emmitt Smith takes it in.
2 touchdowns, not a lot of yardage for Emmitt. Not up to his standards.
He's a warrior. I'll take him on my team anytime. Anytime.
Chris Bonio for the extra point. Novacek's the holder. The extra point is good. And Dallas has narrowed the gap to 10.
A Rover 214 SEI with 7-spoke alloy wheels, electric front windows, remote control alarm, sports seats with Silverstone leather trim from just £11,635. How do they do it?
Pressure from blocked sinuses can cause pain and headaches. Take Sinutab. Its double action eases the pain and relieves congestion quickly. And Sinutab Nighttime is available to also aid restful sleep. Sinutab and Sinutab Nighttime relieve sinus pain and headache fast.
Eu posso usar o meu Mastercard no Brasil e no mundo inteiro.
Sono molto fiero di avere Mastercard nel mio portafoglio.
Anhaga Meagin, Mastercard.
Ostoksilla käyminen on paljon helpompaa Mastercardillani.
どこでも使えるから私はマスターカードを使っています。
Si mi iban a ragu a ite ma Mastercard.